Hello everyone, welcome back to this lecture session. I'm Milan Singh. Today we'll deal with Contribution of Chhattisgarh in Indian Freedom Movement Part 2. We have already covered the Part 1. If you haven't watched that video, please do so. We here at Purvanchal IAS are providing you complete CGPSC course with Chhattisgarh Special. You can take the advantage just by being at home because we have all the courses online. At Purvanchal IAS, you get several other courses also like UPSC, UPPSC, MPPSC and etc. And we have subject courses of internal security, international relation, ethics, etc. You just have to go to Google Play Store and download this app of Purvanchal IAS and then you're good to go. So earlier I have covered the history till 1918, that is the contribution of Chhattisgarh in the Indian freedom movement till 1918, and today we will start from 1919. I think you people are aware that during 1919 an act came which was known as Rowlatt Act and which was opposed in all over India, and along with India it was also opposed in Chhattisgarh. 30th March all over India along with Chhattisgarh was observed as a black day, that is 30th March of 1919. In Raipur, protest took place at different places such as Raipur under the leadership of Madhavrao Sapre, Ravi Shankar Shukla, Mahant Lakshmi Narayan Das. In Bilaspur, the leaders were E. Raghavendra Rao, Thakur Chedilal, Yadunandan Prasad, and in Ratanpur, the leader was Purushottam Das. So under the leadership of all of these leaders, the protest to oppose a Rowlatt Act took place in Chhattisgarh also. Then on March 17th, 1920, Khilafat Committee was established. You already know that there was Khilafat movement going on because Britishers established their rule in the Turkey and they removed the Khalifa, and to support that the movement started in India also. So in Chhattisgarh also a Khilafat Committee was established on this particular day, and in Raipur the people were Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla and Asghar Ali. Basically, Asghar Ali was the person who started this committee. From Bilaspur also the persons attended were Wazir Khan, Akbar Khan and Hakim Khan. So you can see the presence of Khilafat Committee in Chhattisgarh also. And in 1920 only, there was a farmer and labor summit that took place at the place Rajim. The associator or the person who did this summit was Pandit Sundarlal Sharma, Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla and Madhavrao Sapre. Then took place a very famous strike, and you will get questions from this strike a lot of times, and it has come in the previous years also. And this was Bengal Nagpur Cotton Mill labor strike. This Bengal Nagpur Cotton Mill is situated in Rajnandgaon. This is a place, and this mill people went on strike of 36 days, and this was in Chhattisgarh. This was the first labor strike in 1920. Who was the leader? The leader was Thakur Pyare Lal Singh. The reason was less wages, maximum hours of work, exploitation, oppressive policy, wage were very less, and the workers were asking to increase the wages, but the parties were not ready to do so. During this time when this took place, V.V. Giri visited Chhattisgarh. V.V. Giri is a renowned labor reformist. You, I think, would know his name. So, first labor strike took place in 1920 under the leadership of Thakur Pyare Lal. Basically, the cause was less wages and more hours of working. Then, the second strike took place in 1924. Again, the leadership Thakur Pyare Lal. It was against the oppressive policy. And then third strike took place in 1937. Again, the leader was Thakur Pyare Lal Singh. And here, because the wages were reduced and this was against what the workers demanded, and that's why the strike took place. I have written all the strikes at one place so that it becomes convenient for you to remember. During this time, 20th December 1920, Gandhiji made his first visit to Chhattisgarh, and this is very important for you people, whether it is CGPSC exam or any exam conducted by Chhattisgarh. This is a question that comes every time. He was invited by Pandit Sundarlal Sharma. Along with him, as an assistant came Maulana Shaukat Ali. On 21st December 1920, he addressed the people at Dhamtari, and he also in Raipur, he addressed the women group near Anand Samaj, and the people from Dhamtari and women from Raipur, they contributed in the Tilak Swaraj Fund. I think you know, before the non-cooperation movement, there was the thing, Tilak Swaraj Fund was being collected by Congress, and from Chhattisgarh also, Tilak Swaraj Fund got its contribution when Gandhiji made a visit. The basic agenda of Gandhiji coming to Chhattisgarh was to lead the Kandel Canal Satyagraha. Now see what happened. This Kandel Canal Satyagraha is that in Dhamtari there is a dam known as Madam Silli Dam. So around that dam, actually Britishers made a canal and they started taking tax for these canals. Now farmers were against this because this became an oppressive policy. There was a rainfall in the region and the land of the farmers got wet because of the rainfall. It was not from the river, that Madam Silli Dam and this canal, but still the Britishers asked them to pay for this particular water, and hence this event started. But actually when Britishers came to know that Gandhiji is coming to Chhattisgarh for this particular thing, the Britishers already took off their policy and they said that okay, you do not need to pay the taxes, and even if you have to pay, it is very reduced amount. So before the advent of Gandhiji here in Chhattisgarh, the movement actually closed, but his main reason was for that only. He came for that. Result, like I have written here, British government revoked canal water tax, which it was taking. Then started non-cooperation movement, and I think you know, in the non-cooperation movement, we have done boycott of legal practices, the people left their government job, a lot of Swadeshi thing took place, charkha weaving started, establishment of various schools took place, renunciation of titles happened. So this all things happened in Chhattisgarh also, and I am going to tell you specifically in terms of Chhattisgarh. There were many legal practitioners who boycotted the title of this law. From Durg, we had Thakur Pyarelal Singh, Ghanshyam Singh Gupt, Ratnakar Jha. From Bilaspur, we had Barrister Shedilal, E. Raghavendra Rao. From Raipur, we had D.K. Mehta, Ramdayal Tiwari. So all of these were the lawyers who actually boycotted their legal practices during non-cooperation movement. There were other persons also who resigned from government job, such as Yadunandan Prasad, Lakshmi Narayan Verma, Someshwar Sinha, Shivlal Sharma. Schools were established for the Swadeshi, the non-cooperation, national level schools were established, and in Chhattisgarh also at Raipur, Bilaspur, Dhamtari, Rajnandgaon schools were established. Titles also were renounced by many of the people. Vaman Rao Lakhe, when Vaman Rao Lakhe renounced his title, he got a title of Lokpriya by the normal common public. Barrister Kalyanji, Morarji Thakkar, Seth Gopi Kishan, Nagendranath Dev, Qazi Shersha, all of these persons renounced their title during non-cooperation movement. Establishment of Nagar Panchayat took place basically for the Swadeshi justice. Nagar Panchayat were established firstly in Raipur under the leadership of Jaskaran Daga, and in Dhamtari it was Baji Rao Kridant. So all of this took place in non-cooperation movement. You can see there was a huge contribution from Chhattisgarh in the non-cooperation movement. There were many persons who actually contributed. On 12th March 1921, when this non-cooperation was going on only, Makhanlal Chaturvedi delivered a provoking speech in Sanichari Pandav, Bilaspur. In Shanichari Pandav is an area, Bilaspur, where Makhanlal Chaturvedi delivered a provoking speech, and you know that at the times when there were provoking speeches and all of these things, Britishers used to arrest those people, and that happened here also. Makhanlal Chaturvedi was arrested. From Jabalpur he was arrested, but he was imprisoned in Bilaspur jail. When he was imprisoned, he actually composed 3 poems, and you get questions from these poems for sure. A lot of times it is being asked, either it is your prelims or mains, you will see the question. These 3 poems were Pushp Ki Abhilasha, Parvat Ki Abhilasha, Puri Nahi Sunoge Tan. Please remember the names. He also published a magazine named Karmavir on 7th February 1921. At the same time in 1921, Pandit Shundarlal Sharma established a Satyagraha ashram in Raipur. During the non-cooperation movement, a jungle Satyagraha took place, which is the first jungle Satyagraha of Chhattisgarh, Sihava Nagari at a place. This is a place in Dhamtari, Sihava. There a jungle satyagraha took place because of the excessive exploitation, the land revenue policies, the ban on the forest entry. Because of all of these merged together, and we saw jungle satyagraha during the non-cooperation movement. And since it was the first jungle satyagraha, it is very, very important. It was led by Shyamlal Som, Pancham Singh, Vishambar Patel, Shobhlal Sahu, and many important people guided them, such as Pandit Sundarlal Sharma, Nathuji Jagtap, and Narayan Rao Meghwale. And in 1922, because of this thing, because of doing publicity of the Congress program and going against the government, the British government, Pandit Sundarlal Sharma and Pandit Narayan Rao Meghwale were arrested. And Pandit Sundarlal Sharma was imprisoned in Raipur jail, from where he wrote one magazine, that is Krishna Janma Samadhan. It was a handwritten magazine. So please remember that he in jail, when he was imprisoned in 1922, he wrote a magazine which was handwritten. Name of the magazine was Krishna Janma Samadhan. And then we know, then in 1922, Chora Chori thing happened, and Gandhiji all of a sudden took back this non-cooperation movement, or you can say stopped non-cooperation movement. When he stopped, there was again a thing that happened. The Congress session happened, and there was a party formed, that is CongressSwaraj Party, because now non-cooperation was stopped. Now what to do? So the people such as C.R. Das and Pandit Motilal Nehru, they wanted to enter into politics. They wanted to get into election and get seats in the politics so that they can become the part of the parliament and they can oppose the policies. So basically both of them started Swaraj Party in 1923. From Raipur also, Pandit Shukla and Shivdas Sadagara became the member of Swaraj Party. From Bilaspur, E. Raghavendra Rao and Barrister Chedilal also became the member of Swaraj Party. So in November 23, elections were held and Swaraj Party actually got full majority in the central province. I have told you that during those days, Chhattisgarh was a part of central province. So when we say central province, it includes Chhattisgarh. And through this, Barrister Chedilal and E. Raghavendra Rao entered the council. Now during this time only, that is 1923, flag satyagraha, Jhanda satyagraha, it is also called Jhanda satyagraha, and it was held at Nagpur. And from Chhattisgarh, Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla and Pandit Sundarlal Sharma attended this Nagpur Jhanda satyagraha. For this Nagpur Jhanda satyagraha, at Town Hall of Bilaspur, basically an important contribution happened. There was a Kranti Kumar Bhartiya who gave an important contribution to Jhanda Satyagraha. Then in December 1924, after non-cooperation was stopped and Congress divided into Swaraj Party, and the C.R. Das and Pandit Nehru, Motilal Nehru, they entered the council. Congress and basically Gandhiji, they took a different turn and they started working for the upliftment of Harijans and for the welfare of the society. So in 1924, a session of Congress held at Belgaum, and Gandhiji headed this particular session. He spoke about necessity of Hindu-Muslim unity, because we know that in non-cooperation movement we have seen Hindu-Muslim unity, and that was the reason why he included Khilafat movement in the non-cooperation also, so that we can see Hindu-Muslim unity. And then he told also about the need of boycott of foreign goods, why is it important to weave khadi, etc. And he also talked about working towards untouchability. So this particular session was attended by Pandit Sundarlal Sharma, Mahant Lakshmi Narayan Das and Nathuji Jagtap. And Pandit Sundarlal Sharma got inspired from Gandhiji and his various programs, etc. And then he established Satnami Ashram in Raipur with the help of Thakur Pyare Lal and Ghanshyam Singh. This ashram was established for the purpose of doing social work for the upliftment of the people. Then in 1925, Gandhiji started anti-untouchability movement. Actually, during the ancient time, the untouchability thing was on a hype, and a lot of Harijans were not allowed to enter into certain temples. And this was the time that there was a Mahadev temple at Vaikom, Travancore. And at that time, the Harijans were not allowed to enter the temple. So Gandhiji got this thing done, and Gandhiji got Harijans entered into this Mahadev temple at Vaikom. And this really influenced Pandit Sundarlal Sharma. So basically, Pandit Sundarlal Sharma did a meeting in Rajim. A Hindu assembly was organized on 8th November 1925, and it was said that we have to do the upliftment of untouchables because it is very important and it is the need of the hour. It was for the religious and the social reforms. So it was said that if we look at scripture also, the old scriptures, the Purans, etc., entry of untouchable caste to a temple is not a big deal. It is everybody is allowed to temple because God is for all. And then it was decided that yes, we have to make sure that untouchables can enter the temple of Rajiv Lochan, the Rajiv Lochan Mandir of Rajim. So Pandit Sundarlal Sharma in Chhattisgarh got Harijans entered into this Rajiv Lochan temple of Rajim with the help of Narayan Rao Meghwale. So this was done for the upliftment of the untouchables, and it was a very, very good step. And Pandit Sundarlal Sharma also encouraged these peoples of untouchable caste to adopt the Janu practice, Janev, the sacred thread, and to avoid drinking. And he himself, the Pandit Sundarlal Sharma himself, in order to eradicate untouchability, he went to the house of untouchables and he drank milk from their house, so that we can actually make the upliftment of untouchables really possible. And in this social work, many others also supported Sundarlal Sharma, like Narayan Rao Meghwale, then Barman Rahul, R.K. Narayan, Ghanshyam Singh, Thakur Pyare Lal Singh. All of these assisted Thakur Pyare Lal in all of these works and for the upliftment of the untouchables. All about the part 2, and in the part 3 we will begin from after 1925, and till then I would like to remind you, keep revising, keep studying, and don't forget to download Purvanchal IAS app. Just be at home, be with us, and I am sure you will get your success. Thank you.